How's it going, everybody? My name is Eddie with Colton RV, and we have the pleasure of being down here at the Hershey RV show with Tiffin Motor Coach. And behind me we have a 2024 45FZ Zephyr. And this is going to be Tiffin's largest motorhome that they do, with a 605 Cummins standard and 45 feet on a Power Glide chassis. So let's take a walk around and we'll get right to it. So, starting at the front of the coach at the door, you're going to get a touchpad standard, and you flip that up and we have a little secret code we'll type in here to unlock it. But from this pad you can do a ton of different options. You can extend your awning, you can lock and unlock your entry door, your bay doors, turn your lights on, and a really cool feature it has is you actually have a security system on this coach. So if you go out to dinner, you leave the pets inside, you have all your gear inside, you can just tap security. If somebody comes along and happens to get that door open somehow, all the lights will start to flash, the horn will start to honk. It is a full-blown security system on it. So, moving down the coach, with the Tiffin Zephyr, you're going to get the option of 12 different exterior colors, and they're all 9 coats of paint, 3 coats of clear. And they actually buff and cut and buff one of the coats, which gives you this nice mirror finish here. And you're also going to notice above it, you're going to have beautiful frameless dual pane bonded windows right on the side of the coach. We'll take a better look at those once we get inside, but they just open that inside space up so much. And we will go right down to our baggage doors. So in your first compartment here, you're going to have a Truma cooler slash freezer. Really cool option. It is going to be on a slide tray. So really cool option here. So with the Truma system, looks like an ice chest, and you would be right, it is basically, but it's actually electric. So you can run, it's dual sided. You can run one side as a fridge, one side as a cooler, both sides as a fridge, both sides as a freezer. Doesn't really matter how you want to do it, but you can keep, you know, drinks, snacks, ice, whatever you want to put in there for what you're doing. And just like that, slides back in super easy and locks right into place. Down under the next bay here, both of these are going to be your storage bays. They do have 2 electric slide trays, so both bays have an electric slide tray on them. And they're super easy to use. There's a button right here on the door. You just press in, you press out, and it'll move with you however you want it to go. Now, another cool feature that Tiffin's doing on the Zephyr, they've actually developed a new thing with their doors. So if I get this door in here within 2 inches, that door will actually shut. Might not seem like a big deal to you, but one, you're going to know your baggage doors are secured when you're going down the road so one doesn't fly open on you. And they're super heavy, thick doors. These are actually a fully insulated door made at Tiffin. They make all of this in-house. And just like that, it shuts. Up above here, you're going to have your TV with your sound bar. Super easy to access. They're going to give you remotes for all the TVs. It'll go off whatever system you decide to use. So now, as we keep moving down the coach, back here you are going to have your automatic transfer switch, which assists with power coming in from the generator or shore power. And you do also have a built-in surge guard on board. So if you ever get bad power at a campsite, you know, a power surge or lack of power, that surge guard is going to take care of that for you. Another thing you'll probably notice coming down the side of the coach, your slides are completely smooth on the side. There's no rail, which means we do have hydraulic slides all the way around. Back here in the back of the coach, we do have a DEF system for your diesel emission fluid, and it is actually a dual fill. And for this year, for 2024 on the Zephyr, it is going to be for 15 gallons, but you can fill it from either side of the coach. And our last bay here is just going to be your chassis batteries. Your disconnect is going to be right above, super easy to access, and you're also going to get a block heater. So if it's a little chilly out, a little cold, and you want to preheat that motor, plug that in at the house, the campsite, wherever you're at. That'll help heat the block up and it'll be all nice and warm to go. And above this, you'll notice this door we have. We will get to that a little bit later once we get inside the coach. Now on the back of the Zephyr, you are going to notice there is no radiator back here. So it is a side mount radiator on the Power Glide chassis with the Cummins 605. And below that, if you're thinking that looks like a beefy hitch, you would be correct. That is a 20,000 pound hitch. So if you have a stacker trailer, a horse trailer, anything that's a little heavier, that is a 20,000 pound hitch on the Zephyr. Also, you'll notice next to it, there's a little black knob there. What that is, this is fully prepped for the Air Force One system for your tow vehicle. All the lines are ran. All you need to do is get the materials put in your vehicle for it, and it hooks right up and in. So it's already pre-wired for it. And above that, you'll notice we do have 2 cameras on this Zephyr. One is going to be for your backup camera. The other is going to be for your 360 camera. So it's a bird's eye view looking down of the coach. Really, really helpful when you get into some tight spots. If you get into a truck stop and you just want to see what's around you, if you're pulling into your campsite, bird's eye view looking down 360 degrees around the coach. Now on the other side of the Zephyr, right here we have our 50 amp cord. It is going to be on a power cord reel, so all you do is touch a button and it'll go in. And the nice thing with it is if you have a coach now or you've ever played with a 50 amp cord, you know they can get really, really stiff. This is a real nice cord. It's super flexible, will not stiffen up in the cold, so you can unravel it really, really easy, get it back in the coach really, really easy, especially on that power reel. After the side mount radiator, you're going to have the other side to your DEF fill system. And I want to talk about the tag axle here for a minute. So, moving down the coach, on the Power Glide for 2024, you are going to have a turning tag. So they put this turning tag on. What it does is it helps a lot with maneuverability in tight spaces. That tag axle will turn at 50 degrees. In reverse, it will lock straight. So it really helps for getting around tight spots with a 45-foot coach. You're also going to notice we have Michelin tires on this coach. As we continue to move down, you'll see we have our AquaHot 600D. AquaHot is going to do a hydronic heating for the coach, and it is also going to provide your hot water. Now the really cool thing about AquaHot is going down the road, if you're traveling somewhere warmer in the winter and you want to have heat inside the coach, there is actually a loop ran from the engine block to the AquaHot, and that radiator fluid is always traveling through there. So you will always have heat and hot water in the coach, even when that system is not on. It automatically goes through the engine block there for you. As we move down the coach, you're going to have your wet bay here. So just like the power cord, your water hose is also going to be on a cord reel for you. Super easy to use. Pull it out. When you want to put it in, just press the button. And one thing that Tiffin does that I absolutely love down here, besides the water filtration system, your water pump is always accessible. Just in case anything ever goes in it, it is an impeller. This can be switched out very, very, very easily if you want to do it yourself, or if you want to take it somewhere, they can have it in and out in about 5 minutes. It's 4 screws, 2 fittings, and an electrical plug. Super easy to change out. Not a lot of brands make that accessible. It's something little, but it's something I found very helpful in my days of camping. As we move down the coach, this is our second electric slide tray. On top of there, you'll just see we have some miscellaneous stuff, but we have the folding chairs. You will have your mud guard, rock guard for the back, and you'll also have a box that is full of pots and pans for your induction cooktop that we'll take a look at inside. Coming to the second compartment, sorry I almost skipped it there, you will have battery disconnects and inverter switch on the driver's side. For the inverter, you do have 2 inverters on this coach. Your first inverter is going to be a 2800 watt. Your second inverter is going to be a hybrid. And what the hybrid does is provide enough power to run the front air conditioner without using the generator while you're going down the road. So you can run that big unit on top while you're driving without the generator running, which is super, super helpful to keep the whole coach cool. And to tie in with the inverter, with the Zephyr, you're going to get 3 lithium-ion Dragonfly batteries. And those will run the front air conditioner, go off through that hybrid inverter and run some outlets for you while you're driving down the road, or if you're dry camping. And next to that is just your hydraulic pump. Again, you do have hydraulic slides all the way around this coach. You also have hydraulic leveling on this coach. And up in the front here, so behind that box, you're going to have some wiring that goes into there, but more importantly, the override for your slides is in there. So if anything ever happens where you cannot bring those slides in and out from inside the coach, come down here, there's an override switch behind there. You can bring all the slides in from the override switch. So before we head in the coach, I do want to touch on the door here for a second. So for 2024, Zephyr and Tiffin have developed a new door system. So it's actually a double latch system, 1, 2. Now, the big deal with that, we found some motorhomes, the doors are a little sticky, they're a little hard to get in and out of. So, even if you don't close that door fully, super easy to close. It's in the number 1 position. That door will not open in that position. Cannot get it open. Push it a little harder, it'll go into the number 2 position. But it's easy as that to open the door now. And along with the door, it's also going to be a 30-inch entry door. So that is new for this year. Tiffin has gone with the 30-inch door for mobility. If somebody was in a wheelchair, you can fit one in there. So it's a 30-inch entry door. And while we're out here, I also want to touch on, because I skipped over them, you have Girard awnings all the way around this coach. So they are going to be power. You're going to have a door awning, 2 awnings that come down the whole side of the coach here by Girard. And you're also going to have window awnings on the coach. So if it's a little sunny out, hit those buttons, those window awnings will come down, help block some of the sun out, keep the coach cooler inside. So now, without further ado, we will step inside the Zephyr. All right, so now we're inside of the 2024 Zephyr, and we're going to talk a little bit about your electronics up here and what you have. So, up here in the front, what you're going to have, this is new for this year. They actually give you a wireless phone charger. Stick your phone right in there. It's in view, everything's accessible. But more importantly, comfort. So in the Zephyr, you're gonna have these very large driver passenger chairs that are heated and cooled, fully adjustable forward, backward, lumbar, tilt, all the way around. You're also gonna get your tilt wheel, which does the telescoping as well. So you can bring it up, down, forward, backwards, whatever's best for you. And you'll also get adjustable pedals. So you can bring those pedals closer to you or farther from you. They have also went with an electronic dash this year. So with the electronic dash, a very, very cool feature with it is you can change the color of the whole dash. Might not be a big deal to some folks, but if a certain color pops better with your eye, especially while you're driving at night, you can go through that list, find what color that is, and make sure you can see all your gauges, stay safe, and have a more enjoyable experience driving down the road. So next to the electronic dash, you're also going to have 2 screens. One is going to do your navigation. The other is going to do your 360 camera. So they're nice big screens. Unfortunately, we don't have the coach running right now, but if you had that on, you would have the 360 camera on one, or backup camera, whatever you choose to have on, and the other would have your navigation. And another cool feature with that is, from the passenger side, you can control the first screen. So the passenger actually has a little touchpad over there. They can put in navigation points, they can change the cameras. Everything can be viewed from the passenger seat and then also mirrored to the driver's screen, which is super, super convenient, especially when you're driving a 45-foot coach. You don't want to have to be down here typing and putting in waypoints and all that. And you're also going to have a power window. So super convenient if you just want some airflow, if you come up to a toll, but it's a power window. You don't have to get over, slide it, touch of a button. So now that we covered the front, we'll move back and start covering some of the back of the Zephyr. So in the front of the 2024 Zephyr, we did have a TV delete here. So instead now you have some cabinetry, just for some small items for storage. But more importantly, you're going to have a Wi-Fi system up here. So you'll have 4G Wi-Fi in the camper. You can put whatever service you need to put in there. You do have to subscribe to it, but everything is in the Zephyr for you. So it's all set up for it. It's already in the coach. Now with the TV delete here, we did go ahead and give you a nice big TV on a televator across from the theater seating. And the nice thing with that TV is when you drop that down, if you can get a look at all the windows in here, it really opens up the coach with these windows. These are a dual pane bonded frameless window in the coach, and it opens it up and lets so much light in here. It does not feel claustrophobic at all. Gives you a great view of the outside and lets you see everything going on 360 degrees around the motorhome, which is a fantastic feature. You'll have your sofa on the driver's side with an ottoman. And a nice thing in 2024, these theater seats got absolutely ginormous. They're super big, super comfortable. And not only can you control the footrest, but they're actually a dual motor theater seat. So you can control the backrest completely separate. So you don't have to lay all the way flat to get that backrest to go down. And it's right across from that big TV and those beautiful windows. It looks absolutely amazing. So as we move back in the Zephyr, you'll notice another nice feature is you really have 4 living zones in here. So we just covered the living area, and now we'll move back into the kitchen. So in the kitchen here, you'll have a countertop extension with a silverware drawer and a knife block, and these drawers go all the way in and out. And you'll notice too, they're all real solid wood. Really nice feature in the Zephyr. And we'll keep moving back. So behind that, you're going to have your dishwasher. I know it didn't look like a dishwasher, but it is a dishwasher. So you can load that up with dishes, close it, go out for dinner, come back and have them all done. Really convenient. And above that, you will have your Wolf induction cooktop. So that is what those pots and pans outside are for. Those will go on there. The Wolf induction is a high output induction cooktop. So it'll give you more power to the pan, give you a little bit better cooking surface. And above that, you'll have your LG thin convection microwave. And again, we'll move down the coach here. Plenty of storage. Waste paper baskets already in there, which is kind of important because a lot of times you won't be able to find a place to put that. So they already found a place for you. And above that, you're going to have a nice large sink. And not only are you going to have a residential faucet, you're also going to have on-demand hot water, which is an awesome feature. If you want to make some tea, some coffee, you hit that and you'll have automatic on-demand hot water coming out of there. And as we move along to the other side, you'll notice as we go through the coach, there's a bunch of these touch pads everywhere. There's one here, there's one next to the theater seat behind. All these you can pretty much do everything that's on your main 10-inch screen from these little screens. So you can control your lights, your power shades, and your TV lift all from there. So by the push of a switch, you can not only get your day shades, but also your night shades down for complete privacy in the coach. And to put them up, it's as simple as pushing a button. So that is going to be your second living area. Now we'll move back to the third. So this is that 10-inch touchpad I was talking about here. So on the home screen, it will tell you pretty much everything you need to know about the coach at a quick glance. So it'll tell you your house battery capacities with the lithium system. It'll tell you your time to charge. It'll also tell you your chassis batteries, how much solar power you have coming in. Those are 180 watt panels on the roof as well. It'll tell you your temperatures on the inside, your tank levels, and then you can also control that aqua hot from here. Now that aqua hot also is a diesel or electric system. So you can run that if you're dry camping off diesel fuel. If you have the generator running, you can run it off electric, or if you're plugged in, it will run off electric. On the second page, you'll have your main light screen. So this is where you control all the lights in the coach. You have your power tab. So this will just tell you what's going on with power, where you can start your generator, and how much solar power that you're bringing in. And then you'll have your climate control. So climate control is very simple in the Zephyr. You have 3 areas of climate control. And if I turn, let's say, the rear down to 65, I can just press sync zones. It will change them all to 65 for me. And that way I don't have to go through and touch a bunch of buttons and mess with a bunch of settings and do all that stuff. Oh, you'll also have your floor heat off of here too. So you just press floor heat on and off, 5 settings to that floor heat. After that, you will have your slide page, pretty self-explanatory, where you can bring the slides in and out from the coach. You'll have another shade screen. This is where you can control all the shades in the coach. And then settings, you can do all your locks from here. You can do your awnings from here, your TV lift, your fans, and your bed lift, which we'll touch on in a second. That's a really, really cool feature with the bed lift. This hose that you can hook in to vacuum out the whole coach, or if you choose to just sweep in, you do have a kick pan here. Sweep up to the pan, kick the lever. All the debris will be vacuumed, essentially, up into the bottom of the coach. And still moving back, so you're going to have a very large dual door fridge. And the nice feature is, so you do have water filtration on board already. Before you hit your drinking water, you do have a secondary filter, just like in your house. So dual filtered water. And not only do you have this giant thin-Q fridge, you also have a nice Summit wine fridge with some storage up above it. Moving back in the coach, you'll have your half bath here. So really nice if you have guests, you don't want them walking through your bedroom to the back to use the restroom. This could be your guest bathroom. As we're moving back into the third area of the coach, one thing I do want to touch on is the fact that with the Power Glide chassis and the Zephyr, they've developed a little bit thicker floor and some thicker frame rails, which in turn gives you a completely flat floor from the front of the coach to the back of the bathroom, which is super nice, especially if you're walking through at night. You're not going to have a step until you get back to the closet. That's a big feature, especially in a 605. A lot of 605 coaches will not have that. So in the bedroom here, you'll notice right now I have the bed in the up position. So this is a tilt bed. So if you want to watch TV, sit up, read a book, really nice feature to have it in that position. But the really cool part is if I bring that bed all the way down, not only will it lay flat, it will also come all the way out. Now you might ask yourself, why would the bed come all the way out? So now I don't have to reach to make the bed. Super simple to pull my comforter back, make my bed, place my pillows, come back to the button, and just bring the bed back up to flat. And we'll leave it in the down position just to show you here too. Each side of the bed does have a touchpad. From here you can control all the same stuff from the living area. You can control your door locks. If you forget to lock your baggage doors at night, all you have to do is tap it, hit the button, all the bay doors will lock. You can lock the front door, you can arm the security system, control your lights, your shades, your heating, your cooling. Everything can be controlled from the bed, which is a really nice feature. And on the other side of the bed here, you'll have a nice Furrion fireplace. Throws off a nice color to it when you turn it on, but it also does throw off some heat as well. So to take the chill out of the air, you do have some electric heat there. And above that, you'll have another large LG TV. And some nice storage compartments on both sides. And again, these are all real wood drawers. These are all made in-house at Tiffin. And now that we have a good look at that, we will continue back to the bathroom. Now that we're back here in the bathroom with the Tiffin, you can see that we have a very, very large shower. Plenty of room inside. So if you're like me, I like to take long showers at home. I have a large shower at home. It just makes it so much more enjoyable. But you do have a spot to put some shampoo or soap on there. And the seat will also fold up. So then you have all of this room here inside the shower. And additionally, you will have 2 sprayers here. So you have your main sprayer. Then if you push this button here and pull this off, you also have a sprayer. Spray your back, spray your hair, whatever you want to do with it. And below that, you'll notice we have a blue button here. So what this is a shower miser. So if you are dry camping, to ensure you're not going to waste any hot water, you can turn the valve. Once the water gets hot, this will turn to a white color. Hit this and you have instant hot water coming out. That recycles the water back to the freshwater tank so you do not waste a drop of it. So now if you remember from outside, I said we were going to touch on that door real quick. So this is an emergency exit door. Opens right up to the outside of the coach. And there's a pad down here that you would pull off. Some steps will deploy. So if you ever had to get out of the coach, super simple to do, super safe. You have the steps that deploy. When they're done, you can push the steps back up, stick the pad back on, shut the door, click the deadbolt, and you're done. Good to go. And on the other side here, you'll have your stacked washer-dryer combo. And in the back, you'll have a very, very large closet with a nice safe above. And if you ever forget the code, don't worry, they do give you 2 sets of keys. So I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching the 2024 Tiffin Zephyr walkthrough video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Again, we're Colton RV down here at Hershey. Ask for Eddie. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you, and we hope to see you down here.